Okay, now in example 4, we want to solve problems involving joint variation. Now the definition of joint variation is the following. Joint variation occurs when a variable varies directly or inversely with multiple variables. So for instance, if x varies directly with both y and z, then we would have x, which is equal to k, y, and z multiplied together. That's a joint variation because now you're including two variables. Now, if x varies directly with y and inversely with z, then we would have x, which is equal to k times y divided by z. And notice that we only use one constant in a joint variation equation. Now, for example number 4, a quantity x varies directly with the square of y and inversely with the cube root of z. So let's take a look, before we read the next sentence, take a look at how we're writing this equation to show the relationship between those variables in that first sentence. It says x varies directly with the square of y. So x equals, in the numerator, ky squared because you're taking the square of the y. And then the inversely means you're dividing by the cube root of z, which is the reason why in the denominator you have the cube root of z. And then we're going to follow the same steps that we've been done in our previous examples. What's given is that x is equal to 6, y is 2, and z is equal to 8. So we're going to be able to find what k is. So again, here is our step 1, and then we're going to solve for k in step 2 by plugging in the values of x, y, and z. So plugging in 6, 2, and 8 for those values, we have 2 squared, which is 4k. The cube root of 8 is 2. We multiply both sides by 2, which is 12, and divide by 4, then we know that k is going to equal 3. Now we're going to substitute the value of the constant into the equation that we've created in number 1 for the relationship. So now in step 3, we determined that k was equal to 3, and that's the reason why now k is 3 in this formula. So now x is equal to 3y squared divided by the cube root of z. And so the question is asking us to find x when y is equal to 1 and z is equal to 27. So now we're going to plug in the values of y and z to find out what x is. So we know that y is 1, z is 27, so 3 times 1 squared is 3. The cube root of 27 is 3. 3 divided by 3 gives you 1.